Now, dear students, we have the chapter number 4, motion in a plane, and in the last lecture we have discussed some types of the vector. Now here we will discuss that how can we resolve the vector algebra, or how can we use the vector algebra in the part of the addition and the subtraction, and in the part of the multiplication. Okay, so today we want to discuss the following topics. That mean first topic, that multiplication of a vector by a real number. So how its magnitude will change and its direction will change. Now next, that addition of a vector. So how geometrically we can arrange the vector, those are acting in a different direction. So here I am starting with the concern of the multiplication of a vector. So let assume here we have the vector A is there, and we are just asking that new vector, that is called the vector B, and that could be the 2 times of the vector, that mean A. Okay, so here we are just multiplying the vector A by a real number, that is 2. Suppose just I am taking one of the example. So how we are just plotting it, so we have to be pay the attention on the sign also. So I think we are just getting the positive sign in the part of the magnitude. Okay, so how can we plot the vector, that mean B, along the direction of the A? But here we have the some basic difference, that length of the B is the 2 times of the magnitude of the vector A. So I am just putting the longer length of the tail, and here we have the this one is the vector, that means B is equal to 2A. Okay, so this one is the first part we have. Okay, now second part, suppose we have the opportunity to find out the vector B, which is the multiplied by a real number, that is in the part of the negative, that is 2, and the concern of the vector A is there. Okay, so this is the another opportunity we have. Now we have to be plot the vector. Okay, now we have to be draw the vector in opposite direction of the vector A, which having the magnitude 2 times but in a opposite direction of the vector A. Okay, so here we have this the multiplication of a vector by a real number. So whenever you are just representing it, so I am just further telling you that need not to be reverse the arrow on the B. Okay, because it is acting in a opposite direction, so simply we are just turning the vector. Okay, so here the angle between the vector A and the vector B is the 180 degree. Okay, both are in a opposite direction, anti-parallel to each other. Here we have the theta is equal to 0 degree, or that is we can say that both are acting along the parallel direction. Here we have the theta is equal to 180 degree, and both are acting in a opposite direction, that is called the anti-parallel. Okay, anti-parallel to each other. So this is the general that mean representation of a multiplication of a vector by a real number. You can take the more example. Okay, now we have the next topic, that is addition of a vector. Geometry. Okay, so first I am just taking that we have the two vectors, that mean vector A and the vector B. This is the vector A, and one of the another vector, that is called the vector B, which also acting along the same direction. So how can we geometrically add them? So generally we are just getting that if we are just adding the vector A and the vector B, so final resultant can be given as, that is vector r is equal to vector a plus of vector b. So whenever we will complete resolve the vector in the part of the magnitude, so we will get the idea that how we are just getting the vector r is equal to vector a plus vector b. Now geometrically how can we arrange them? So I am just putting, and we are using the head and tail method. So I am just taking the vector a. What method I am taking here? Head and tail method to joining the two vectors. Okay, head and tail method. So I am just joining the another vector, that this is the part of the vector b, and I am just putting the vector b, and here just I am getting the meaning of that vector r is equal to vector a plus b. So this is the simply geometrical interpretation, as the two vectors are acting along the same direction. Okay, somehow we have the opportunity to resolve the vectors those are acting in opposite direction, and we want to say that suppose this one is a vector a we have, and we have the vector that is in opposite direction, and as per the notification we are just getting the magnitude of the vector a is greater than to vector b. Okay, so I am just saying that the magnitude of vector, that means modulus of a vector, is greater than compared to the magnitude of the b, and we have to be represent the addition of them geometrically. So how can we sort out? Okay, now I am just putting the vector a in the same direction, and I am just superimposing. This one is a completely of the vector a representation, and here in the opposite direction we have the vector b, and by the mean of that part vector b is acting opposite to the direction of the a. Vector a is acting completely up to this point, and the vector b is acting up to this point, and geometrically we can say that vector r is equal to, in the part of the addition, that is plus of minus of vector b. Okay, so here we will follow the direction rule. Okay, so this is the another method we have if the two vectors are acting in opposite direction. So how we are just getting the resultant of them? So this one is a second that means choice option we have. Now we have the third option. Suppose the two vectors are acting in a plane. Two vectors are acting in a plane at some angle, then how can we get addition? So here we have the simpler rule. Whenever we are just dealing with the two vectors, so we will try to arrange them on a particular geometrical shape. Okay, so we are just getting the idea that suppose two vectors, that mean vector a we have, and this is the another vector we have, that is called the vector b, and we know that both are acting in a that mean plane, and we can arrange them on a particular geometrical shape. So I am just taking the geometrical shape, that is triangle. Okay, so one of the side of the triangle, that is called the OP. Okay, now I am just representing the another side of a triangle. Okay, that is called the vector b, and I have the opportunity to get the resultant by the third side. So I am just arranging the third side, which is opposite of the two sides, those are taken in a same order. So this one is the meaning of the resultant we have. Okay, so I am just getting the closed polygon, and I am just closing the polygon by the third side, which is just opposite to the two sides, those are taken in a same order. So this side will give the meaning of the resultant we have, that means vector a plus vector of b. Okay, so OP and the Q, here we have the general rule, that means triangle rule of the vector addition. So here we have the third that mean here we have the uh, triangle law of vector addition. So by the help of the diagram we are stating this one rule: if the two vectors a and b are represented in magnitude and direction by the two sides of a triangle taken in a same order, then the resultant can be represented by the third side of a triangle in magnitude and direction taken in a opposite order. Taken in opposite order. So this is the triangle law of vector addition, and it is a very general rule we have. And now we are just using the another concept. Okay, now if the two vectors are acting in a same plane at a some angle, that how can we resolve geometrically by the different method? So here we will use the parallelogram law of vector addition. Now here we have the fourth condition: if the two vectors are acting in a plane at some angle, then parallelogram law of vector addition, how can we resolve it? So we have the further opportunity, just we are just resolving the two vectors. This is the vector A and this is the vector B we have. Okay, both are acting in a plane, so we can resolve these now we can resolve the vector addition by the geometrical shape that is called the parallelogram. Okay, so we have the one of the parallelogram in which two sides of a parallelogram represented by a two vectors. This is the vector B and this is the vector A, and the possible angle, whatever the angle between two sides, that is called the theta. Okay, so at this time just I am representing here because I have to be represent the resultant here. Now parallelogram law of vector addition state that if the two vectors, those represented in magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram, those are originating from the same point, okay, then the resultant can be represented by their diagonal which also originating from the same point. So we are just putting the diagonal here to be a part of as a resultant. Okay, so this one is a vector A, so here we are just plotting the same thing, that is vector A can also be here. Here we have the fourth side, that is called the vector B. Okay, so this is the vector B we have. Okay, because the same criteria is there. Now we are just representing that OPQ and the S we have. Okay, now their resultant represented by the their diagonal is represented by the resultant vector A plus B. Here we have the simply the triangle rule. Okay, as we are just getting the addition of the two vectors, so we are just choosing the triangle that is called the OQ vector. This is the part of the resultant we have. So we are just starting the calculation from O to P, head and tail method. O to P vector plus P to Q vector. Okay, so whole calculation is coming from between to O to Q, O to Q, O to P and P to Q. So the sequence is available we have. Okay, so this is the simplest representation by the, that mean parallelogram law, or either you have the opportunity to, so you directly can say that OQ vector is equal to OP vector plus OS vector. So here we have the same type of the nomination. OP represented by the same thing, that mean okay, and the OS is simply the vector notation that is called the B. So here we are just making the comparison, so all the time we are just getting the type of the symmetry. Okay, so we can state the simply rule that how we are just representing the parallelogram law of vector addition. So here we have the simple defined students. So whatever geometrical shape we have pasted here, so we are using the same type of the statement, that mean from there, if the two vectors A and B represented in magnitude and direction by the two adjacent sides, okay, two adjacent sides, that is called the OP and OS. Okay, of an parallelogram, then their resultant can be represented in magnitude and direction by the diagonal which also originate from the same point. Okay, so easily we can represent the concept of the addition here. Now in the triangle we can also get the, that mean resultant by the rule of the vector. Okay, so here I can also, that mean make the consensus of that part. So easily I can get the resultant, that mean OQ vector is the resultant we have, so I am just putting it separately. Now O to P vector we have, and same we have, that means P to Q vector. So the resultant is represented by the side OQ. So OQ is here, so it is the sum of the two vectors, that means OP, and OP is nothing but it's a simply the vector A we have here, and the PQ is simply the vector B we have. Okay, so in the addition we can go with the, we can go with the, that mean two basic rule. First, that the triangle law of vector addition, and second we have the parallelogram law of the vector addition. Okay, now somehow we have the opportunity to resolve the more vectors, those are acting in a plane. So more than two vectors we have, so how we are just resolving them? So we will use the polygon law of the vector addition here. Okay, so how we are just that mean communicate this by this rule. Now dear students, we have the number of the vectors, those are acting in a plane, and then the polygon law of vector addition we can apply here simply. So I have made the statement that number of the vectors represented in magnitude and in direction by the sides of open polygon taken in a same order. And this one language we have also used in the triangle law of vector addition. So whatever the vectors we are taking and representing in magnitude and direction by by the sides of a polygon or the kind of the regular geometrical shape. Okay, so whenever it is open, so all the sides should be in a same order, and the resultant can be represented both in magnitude and direction by the closing side of polygon taken in a opposite order. So we are just closing the door, so the last side of a polygon is represented in the term of the magnitude. Okay, so we are just taking that one in a part of a closing side. Okay, how can we how we are just arranging the door, you know. Okay, so that is the kind of the concept we have. So I am just taking one of the example in front of you. Suppose we have the four vectors, that mean vector A, vector B, vector C, those are acting in a plane. So how can we arrange them all in a regular shape? And as we know that if you are just getting all the vectors in a regular shape, so that side will be the pentagon. Okay, so I am just representing it in front of you. I am arranging them. So this is the vector A we have. Okay, this is the vector B we have. This is the vector C we have. Okay, this is the vector D we have. Okay, now the last side will give the meaning of the pentagon we have. So I am just taking the vector A, vector B, vector C, and the vector D. And as we know, the last side which is in opposite order, all the sides that mean represented, that mean O, P, Q, S and T. Okay, so all the sides are represented in a same order, but if you are just getting the resultant in the part of the addition of a vector, so the last side will be in a opposite order. So this will give the final meaning of the resultant. Okay, so this is the simply meaning we have. So how we are just representing the resultant of this whole polygon. So we are just separating in a short simpler portion. So I am just putting a vector that makes the concern of the resultant of a two vector by the help of the triangle law. So I am just putting a first resultant, that is called the resultant R1. Okay, so this one is a method to get the resultant one by one of the all the portions. So here we have further O to Q, we have one vector, and that is the sum of the two vectors, that means OP plus PQ. So I am just taking the OQ and QS. Okay, so I am just taking the third side of a triangle, that is the taken in opposite order. So I am just applying the partial rule. So the OS vector will give the meaning of the, that means R2, and R2 that is the sum of the vector R1 and the C. And the finalize we are just getting the resultant of the, that means last triangle OST, in which we have the OS and the ST. These are the two vector in a same order, and the resultant is represented by the OT vector, that is in a last side of a, that means polygon. Okay, so here we have the combination of R2 vector plus D vector. So whenever we are just resolving it one by one, so I am just taking from triangle OPQ, from the triangle OPQ. So I am just how I am just representing it. So I am just getting the meaning that OP vector plus PQ vector, and that makes the concern of the, that mean OQ vector. Okay, so OP vector is nothing but it's simply the vector A we have. Here we have the PQ, that is vector B we have, and here we have the first resultant, that is called the R1. So this is the kind of the equation number 1 we have on behalf of the, that mean triangle law of vector addition. So this is the specialty of this kind of the rule. Now in the triangle OQS, how we are just getting, so whenever we are just dealing with the resultant, so I am just writing in a first part, OS vector is the sum of the OQ vector plus QS vector. Okay, so this is the type of the representation we have. OS vector is nothing but it's a simply the vector, that means R2 vector, and OQ vector is a nothing but it's a simply the R1 vector, and QS vector is nothing but it's a simply the vector C. So the R2 vector can be stated in the term of R1 is a combination of the vector A plus and the vector B, and finalize we are just getting the meaning of the vector C also here. Okay, so this one is a, that mean another portion we have. Now we are just choosing the last triangle, that mean from triangle, that mean OST. So here we just here we have the specification, that is the OT vector. OT vector OT vector is equal to OS vector plus ST vector. So this is the another representation we have, and always we are just moving between O to T. Okay, so here we have the O to S and S to T. So finalized two alphabets are coming in the part of the resultant, that is OT, and another in which we are moving in between them. Okay, OS and S to T. Okay, so OT is nothing but it is simply the final resultant we have. OS is nothing but it is simply the vector R2, and ST is nothing but it is simply the vector D we have. So I am just saying you must write the meaning of the R2. So here we can simply the meaning of the R2, that is in the part of the vectors, vector A plus vector B plus vector C and plus vector of D. So here we have the all the part we have assembled them. So finalized resultant we are getting from this geometrical shape, that is called the vector R. Vector R is equal to vector A plus B plus C and D. So this is the basic rules of the vector addition, in which we are just getting the different type of the situations. So today we have discussed the multiplication of a vector by a real number. It's a simply exercise. So and now next we have the addition of a vector. So we are just getting the different type of the situations. First situation, if the two vectors are acting along the same direction, if the two vectors are acting along the different direction, somehow we are just getting the opportunity two vectors are acting at some angle, and we have to be easily apply the triangle law of the vector addition to resolve the two concern of the vectors we have. So we have discussed the triangle law of vector addition along with the define, because sometimes because always in the subjective papers we are just getting the define also. So you must learn it, that how can you state this one define. Now the fourth option we have gone with the two vectors, those are acting at the some angle, but we are just applying, we want to apply the parallelogram law of the vector addition. So two sides of a parallelogram we have taken, those are very much adjacent to us to each other, and resultant we are just getting which also originating from the same point we have. Now next we have discussed, if we have got the opportunity to resolve the number of the vectors, those we have so we have used the concept of the polygon law, in which we have used the partial law of triangle, partial law, that is called the triangle law of vector addition. So these are the general methods, that mean geometrical method to resolve the vectors. Now in the coming lectures we will discuss that how can we assess the meaning of the subtractions of the vector.